Matt is in Washington, D.C. Hi, Matt. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Dave and Anthony, thanks so much for taking my call. Really appreciate it.
Sure. What's up?
Hey, question. So I don't know if I'm overthinking this or not, but so I'm 25 years old, and I just moved to D.C. to be closer to my girlfriend, and we broke up. And so I'm thinking about buying a motorcycle for about $5,000, and I don't know if I can afford it or not. I make $120,000 a year. I've got about $150,000 cash just in the bank. I've got another $100,000 just sitting in $50,000 in single stocks, another $50,000 in my 401k.
You're kidding.
I do.
You got all of that, and you're calling us about a $5,000 purchase?
Well,
what's really going on?
$146,000. Say it again. I'm sorry.
I said, what's really going on here?
How much is the motorcycle?
Well, $5,000.
Well, I also got $146,000 in debt.
Oh, well, write a check and pay all that off, and then we'll have a discussion about a motorcycle.
And then buy the bike?
Yeah.
I don't. I have two investment properties. I rent where I live, and then I have $24,000 on a car. But I don't know if I'm overthinking it or not. But I guess if I don't know. But I guess you're saying maybe I am overthinking it.
1% of your life worries is a $5,000 motorcycle. 99% of your life worries is $146,000 in debt.
Yeah.
Got it.
Write a check and pay off the debt. Go buy the motorcycle. Are you buying the motorcycle because you're grieving over the girlfriend?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I want something to do. I mean, I thought my weekends would be with her, and now we're not together, so I just want to go out and make friends and just kind of have stuff to do.
You can make friends without a motorcycle, man. In the world. Why do you need a motorcycle to make friends?
Just the only negative part about the motorcycle is, number one, the debt's in the way. Number two, it sounds like it might be some grieving over the relationship.
Right.
And not that it's because it's not going to kill you financially. You can afford to buy the bike.
Yeah.
You can afford to buy the bike and set fire to it in the driveway and not worry about it. It's not going to kill you financially. But what you can't afford is to get into a situation where you react to bad feelings in your life by spending.
Yes.
You can't put that groove in your brain. That groove will destroy you long term.
Yeah, definitely will. And hear me clearly, man. When you pay off this debt, I want you to go ahead and get your emergency fund back up, because I got to give it to you. To have that kind of money at this age, that's great. You're just doing a little bit backwards from what we teach, So go ahead and pause all your investments right now, because I want you to go ahead and get out of the debt, and then make sure you get your 3 to 6 months back up.
I think he's got enough to do that. He probably just needs to allocate it. It sounds like there's a couple $100,000, if I understood right.
Well, it was $150,000 in his savings and $100,000 in investments.
Yeah. So use some of both. Let's use all the savings.
Yes.
Your $146,000 you're paid off. That leaves $4,000.
Right.
Okay. Pull some out of investments and make sure it's set aside as an emergency fund.
Okay.
And buy the bike.
Cool. Great.
And you get all three done. Then you've got your first 3 baby steps, we call them, in place, Matt. But just search your own soul and look in the mirror and go, dude, is this just? Am I just grief spending here?
Yeah.
And that's not something you want to get into as a long-term thing. That every time I feel bad, I spend. Every time I feel bad, I eat. Those kinds of things.
And you know what, Dave? This is why we teach. Don't move until you are married. Don't make a life-changing move, because he said he moved to this place for his girlfriend. I mean, that's a different subject. I mean, we on the Dave Ramsey Show. So.
Hey, it's Anthony O'Neill Show. Whatever. It's all good with me. It's all good with me. So you're saying don't chase girls and boys around the country.
Don't do it, and not unless you are married. Like, why move to the city?
You are hardcore.
Why move in with the person?
You are hardcore.
I mean, well, Dave.
I didn't say move. I'm not saying on that, but yeah. But I mean, chasing somebody, moving to the city with the person, versus
moving in.
No, I didn't say moving in.
So you
into the city, not the house.
Oh yeah. See, if my daughter came home and said I'm moving to another city so I can be closer to my boyfriend, I would have a problem with that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not wrong. I'm just saying, you're up and rooting your whole life for the possibility of this thing to work out.
I think I'd want some circumstances listed out around that before I would make that call.
Okay.
If it sounded like immature and flighty and like she was being used up or manipulated, definitely.
Okay.
But if she's a strong woman, make her own calls, that's a different issue.